Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today with our lovely NHL 18, and we're talking NHL 19 wish list. What's this, like our third wish list? Franchise mode version? If you guys hear that noise in the background, sorry, I can't help it. They're actually outside right now, like redoing the road, like right next to my house, and it's kind of hard for me to like not make it loud. I was gonna go out there and politely ask them, like, hey, can you guys maybe keep it down out there? But I don't think they're gonna buy it too much, so we're just gonna have to tolerate it, I guess, for the day. Apologies in advance, but GM connected, and GM connected. Who would have thought that would have made the wish list, right? GM connected. I'm not even gonna go deep into it because we've already talked about it multiple times. But the more I thought about like the chances of actually getting GM connected was when I was starting to think like, man, I almost had like a semi-rant to go on about content creating or game changers and how much the effect that they have on this game. I've been up and down on making a video. I just don't know if I want to make a bunch of enemies or not again. I've been trying to be a good kid lately, but it was like I wasn't going to be a douche about it. I wasn't going to be mean about it or anything. It's just going to be like, honestly, like how an effect of what they do can affect this game. But anyway, going on, I guess if we want to see that video, somebody will tell me to do it, and then I'll make a bad choice and get in trouble for it. But I'll do it for a good time, because I like speaking my mind here. But anyway, continuing on. How about some actual scouts? How in the heck do I get the calendar? Right here. I'll bring it up, so it looks like I actually know what I'm talking about. Here's our current scouting situation in GM Connect. I'm going to keep saying it. If I just keep saying GM Connected, maybe they'll put it in, right? This is what we got to work with. It's not much. We literally pick a country, and we decide how long we want to scout there. I think it'd be great if, from a scouting perspective, if we could get some legitimate scouting going here, because this has been the same scouting system for like ever. Get like where you can actually legitimately hire scouts. I like what, again, we're gonna reference them with this, of course, right? I think does Madden do it? I don't remember. I haven't played franchise mode in Madden like forever for some reason, but you pretty much can pick your scouts and they have different abilities. You know, like you can go ahead and hire, maybe you can hire 3 scouts, right? Maybe one scout wants $1 million to be hired, and he's like a 95 rating when it comes to, you know, shooting. Another guy's got like 95 rating for defense or skating or, you know, different attributes that different scouts specialize in. You can hire each said scout, and then you can go around, you know, pick the locations that you want each scout to scout for a certain duration of time, and it makes the scouting a little bit more in-depth. And not to mention the scouting's just, it's terrible. I can't stand it, honestly, to be completely honest. The scouting right now, being perfectly blunt about it, it can use some work. Like even with drafting, like I don't like the drafting. It's so inaccurate a lot of the times. I know a lot of people will play and be like, you're a terrible drafter. Well, I'm going based on what my scouts are saying. I should be able to draft. You know, if you've done drafts before and you've done them a lot, you know which players to draft and which ones not, just by how they've developed previous seasons. But you shouldn't have to know that. You should be able to just look at the draft and be like, oh, this guy's a first-round draft pick. He's got high potential here. Maybe he's got high potential in shooting, skating, you know, all the stats across the board, given the potential in each area. And you can draft based on that. And when you draft the guy, and you're like, oh, I got what I wanted, right? Or maybe it's got a low draft accuracy, and you don't get as good of a player. Right now, I think the draft, it definitely needs redone. Drafting, scouting in general, both need to be redone. But next thing I want to see fixed is the trading mechanic. I'm not going to go through an in-depth things here because it frustrates me and everything, but they need to fix it. I've learned this year playing a lot of franchise, doing a lot of drafts. A guy like David Clarkson, I'm using his example here. If you want to retain salary, your dump salary and stuff, it is an absolute mess and a pain and complete pain, complete. Oh, it's awful. Can't stand dealing with it. If they can fix it, they need to fix it where... Because I've done it before. I showed you, like, David Clarkson. I could throw in, like, 3 first-round draft picks and maybe ask for, like, Ryan Kessler, and they'd reject it because they don't want to take that salary. But obviously, Ryan Kessler's worth 3 first-round draft picks. They'd accept that in any day, and they'd figure out what to do with David Clarkson's contract, right? But because the contract's high, they're like, oh, we're not interested because of contract issues, or, oh, we're not interested in your deal because we're retaining salary. They really need to... I mean, they said they fixed the trading mechanic this year. Debatable. But what they really need to fix... There might be some parts they fix, but they got to fix the salary issues. Like the salaries of players are really dictating how much trades can be accepted and declined. They really shouldn't be. So it'd be something nice to see fixed. No, I don't want to make this trade. I don't want to. I'm sorry. Where do we go next? Head coaches, contracts. Do we have a hiring head coaches tab anywhere? Pros trade, free agent scouting, view lines, roster moves, view contracts. I don't see nothing. Alright, so we're just going to have to look at this screen and pretend it's going to be here while we talk about it. Next, I'd like to see the hire and fire your head coaches mechanism, right? Again, we bring up like the scouting we did before. Like scouts can have different abilities to scout in different areas. Head coaches are the same way. Some head coaches are very defensive minded, some are very offensive minded. You want to hire a head coach that fits your team. Maybe you want a mixture of both. Again, you pay the coach to be on your team, and believe that or not, that's part of being a GM. When you stop and think of the things not in GM mode, it's kind of crazy. Like, you think, some of the first things you think would be in there, hiring, firing head coaches, that's kind of a GM's job, and it's not in there. One of the things that really, it'd be an easy add to the game too, I think, but you gotta have it. You gotta have where you can go out there and pick your coach, fire your coach. I mean, you can be fired, but your coach can't be fired. I think you gotta have that fixed. And then finally, something I was thinking about, like, I can't imagine them doing it this year, maybe in the future. I really hope so. That's the simming mechanic. Maybe they do fix it. I mean, I don't know what all they're working on right now. I'd like to think they're revamping Be a Pro and fixing ESHL. I mean, they already somewhat revamped GM mode to an extent a couple seasons ago. They still haven't revamped other game modes, really, and they could work on that. So maybe they, you know, don't make a bunch of changes to the GM mode, which I would be surprised. But what they need, I think, would be really nice is a better simming mechanic. Right now, this is our simming mechanic. This is literally all we can do, is hit A and watch it sim. You're pretty much useless. You gotta sit there, you can check out the goals, the shots, the hits. It'd be great if we could actually manage the team. Call the timeouts, change lines, you know. Maybe we're in a first, maybe we're in a third. Say we're in a third period. Third period's probably a better example. We're down 2-1. We want to pull our goalie when we feel like pulling our goalie, right? We can be like, oh, pull the goalie, or throw on an extra forward. Throw four forwards on the ice instead of 5. I don't know. Terrible example, I guess. Throw 4 forwards on the ice. Or maybe, like, the better example would be, man, I'm just rambling right now. Holy cow. Anybody keeping up? Better example, throw out your first line for like 3 minutes out of the last 5. You know, though, obviously EA is going to naturally rotate your first, second, third, fourth line. Maybe you just want to rotate between your first and second line in that last 4 or 5 minutes of the third because you're losing. You want to get your best chance to win. Give us the ability to do that. Maybe you want to try playing people with different line mates for the game. Maybe somebody gets injured during the game. I guess that doesn't happen in Sim, but if they were to get injured, you could switch the lines up. Maybe you want to, you know, try something different. You can see your team struggling that game. They're getting dominated. You want to switch the lines up. Throw somebody else on the line mid-game. Allow us to make those changes. Because right now we can't do anything in this sim, and it's kind of crazy. But if we could get that, I think that'd be nice as well. I know there's a lot of things people want to see in Connected Gym. Oh my goodness, I said it again. Franchise mode. A lot of people want to see in franchise mode. I'd like to hear what you guys are thinking. Those are just 5 things. I know there's a lot more things that can be added, like I said. Let's see what you guys want to hear about down below. As always, though, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.